Oh, and I've returned. And that is thank you, Dusty. I always appreciate your input. Thank you very much. Maybe you've not heard the song Atom Bomb, but that is a song from some jabronis, and it's a little something that I don't know. I kind of like it. Anyway, that right there is something a little different than you may be used to, and it's also something that you may not hear very much on the album. But anyway, just some jabroni band. I don't really know who they are, but if you're interested, all right. If you're interested, go to redvoxband.com. I figured I would save this shameless self promotion because I know how upset it makes some people. They don't like when I make things and then tell people about it. So let me tell you about. Well, all right. I have a music video for one of my songs that I'd like to show you if you'll give me just a second. And this is something I'm really proud of. This is probably my favorite thing I've ever done. And well, I'll just show you. I'll just show you. This is a little music video, and check it out. So that's yeah, it's a little something that is exclusive. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, so I guess it comes down to this. Listen, I appreciate what you guys, say and what you think. There's a lot of people who do like what we have. I would say reserve your judgment for the full album, which is something that is coming out soon. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. I think we did a pretty good job on it. But that's of course up to you. Now that said, it's so easy. I mean, you could be a critic and not have a creative bone in your body, and that's fine. It's beautiful because I see a few. There's a lyric in that song that I think is very appropriate for that. But that said, you're allowed to not like it. I'm just happy that I have an audience that might be willing to check it out. I feel like me and Mike and Joe and my friend Bill worked really hard on it. And, a week from today, it'll be out. And then I'll probably annoy the fuck out of you guys for like another day or two. And then, then you won't hear about it. So then I'll just do my thing and just enjoy making music again. So it kind of comes down to I hope you enjoy it. You may not, but I'm glad that you give it a shot. And we all appreciate that. That said, if you want it on CD, which is not necessary, it is available for pre order. And it's on redvoxband.com. There is some physical merchandise that you could get. It's optional. Like I said, the whole thing is going to be online for free. If you don't want to pay for it, you don't have to. Um, in fact, I'm probably going to torrent the whole thing and just like here you go, have fun. So it'll be available for download. So if you want it, it's yours. But it is available now for pre-order, and I wish I could have released it like today, but unfortunately, things work a little bit differently than that. So, yeah. Anyway, so thank you for giving me a minute, and thank you for a moment of your time, for a modicum of your time. And now we continue with your regularly scheduled memeing. Also, this may crash. I hope it doesn't, but there is a chance that this will crash. Please, God, don't crash. Oh, thank God. Okay. It's crashed twice in the same spot. Alright, here we go. I will try very hard not to leave any modicum in the chat while I play this game. Alright, so, this... last time we played Twilight Princess, I was fishing, found a bottle, and then I'm pretty sure it was like 4 AM, so I stopped. So let's see, where are we at now? Let me mute this. Okay. I could do more fishing. But I think I'm good on the fishing for now. Here's a question for you guys. What kind of fishing... what could I get from fishing right now? Is there anything else available? Is there like another... I don't remember getting this. Is there another heart piece I could get? Guess I got this already. Oh, right. I know where I am. Okay. Nothing really? Okay, never mind then. So if I catch a Hylian Loach, I'm not just gonna, like, grab, you know, that's not gonna get me a fucking heart piece, right? So, okay, never mind then. What about this? A feeling that you're going to improve at fishing. Also, someone in chat just said, Vinny, the Wii U thing is fake. Nintendo confirmed it for themselves. So if you're watching this and you didn't see the previous stream, or the previous game I was streaming, there was a rumor that Nintendo was going to stop making Wii U's this year. And as we said earlier, yeah, that was just kind of a rumor, but I was wondering if there wasn't some truth to it, and it looks like there isn't, so... which is weird, because in some ways it almost makes sense for them to start focusing on the NX. I was kind of expecting, like, an announcement to follow that. Which is, we've made Zelda Wii U an NX exclusive, and, you know, fuck the Wii U, we're done. We're out, bitches. And then they just rolled out, but that's not the case. That's actually, if it's a rumor, then we're probably gonna get Zelda Wii U, and then maybe, if Nintendo wants to go in that direction, they could pull a Twilight Princess. Hey, that brings us back to Twilight Princess. Hang on, I got a thing. There's a thing here. There really is so much shit in this game that's... just randomly everywhere. Hang on. There we go. Let's just read these. This might be just rupees. I guess we'll never know. There's a piece of heart by Elden Bridge. Well, you know what? I should probably, instead of focusing on side stuff, I should probably spend this stream doing a dungeon. So, yeah, that's... just gonna get this one rock. A little bit more rupees. I have 3 bottles, and my next... yeah, my next goal is to... let's see... I have to get to Elton John. The Bridge of Elton John. No, I don't. Where am I going, actually? I have to get here, right? So, oh, the Cannon Man. Okay, so, let me go find Cannon Clown. Alright, so we're gonna go to the desert now. You just started reading Preacher and you're really into it. Oh, that's actually weird that you say that, Spiffy, because KY just messaged me today and said he started Preacher today and he's really enjoying it. So, actually, I don't know if he's enjoying it. I take that part back, but he started it. So, that is a weird timing. Also, Preacher, I think, is probably my favorite graphic novel, which I know, actually, that phrase in and of itself has infuriated people. I remember doing an interview for a comic book show I was doing, and I said graphic novel, and the dude... Oh. And the dude gets so pissed at me, he goes, "They're comics." I'm like, wait, but then what's a graphic novel? He goes, "It's bullshit, that's what it is." I was like, okay, sorry, I didn't know. I apologize that you got this upset and this uptight about it. That Poe's probably gonna not happen right now, unless I get a chicken up there, so let's come back to that. Alright. Sexy sad clown wants to take me to a faraway land. I know that sounds worse than it does. Worse than it is, but it's not. It's fine. This is normal in Zelda. It's fine. Oh, fella. I guess you like that ride, huh? Not a bad bit of fantastication. The height of excitement. The thrill of launching to the heavens. The very peak of whatever. No. Here. This is for you. From old Aru, huh? Well, I guess I ought to do what the old coot says. Oasis flight, right? So here you go. One of our secret options not available to the general public. This time's all paid for, so what do you say? You want to go? Alrighty, but remember, next time you gotta pay. Sweet sailing, buddy o' mine. One for Oasis. Fire in the hole. Speaking of Oasis. Man, I kinda hate Liam Gallagher. There's a story of him and Sacha Baron Cohen. It was like on Conan. And Liam Gallagher threatened to stab Sacha Baron Cohen in the eye. And then he said, who's the greatest living musician? And Sacha Baron Cohen, like, said, the wrong answers. And then Liam Gallagher said John Lennon. So Sacha Baron Cohen goes, but you said living. John Lennon's, like, dead. He goes, I am fucking John Lennon. I am fucking John Lennon.
Yes.
What a fucking right prick. Wait, Link. Before we go on, there's something I want you to hear. Do you remember what the spirit said about the fused shadows? What do you think happened to the magic wielders who tried to rule the sacred realm? Oh, okay, they got banished. They were chased across the sacred lands of Hyrule and driven into another realm by the goddesses. There's a lot of different realms in these Zelda games, aren't there? It was another world entirely, the antithesis of Hyrule, where the sun shines bright. Was it Lorule? Oh, no, it was Brightrule. Its denizens became shadows that could not mingle with the light. Eventually, most came to call it the Twilight Realm, and from it, none could return to the world of light. They were forever doomed to live in the twilight, fitting in the half-light of dusk, mere shadows of Hyrule. This is the history of the Twilight, or Twili, I'm not sure, as it has been passed down from our ancestors. Do you understand what I am?
Help,
I'm fucking John Lennon. I'm a descendant of the tribe that was banished to the Twilight Realm.
To restore to the pure dust.
It was a peaceful place until Zant took control of the Twilight Realm, transformed all of the Twilight into shadow beasts.
Pure spear.
I'm sorry, but Zant makes me laugh because of Hyrule Warriors. I just can't take him serious anymore. I apologize. It's clear to me now that he somehow gained a great evil power previously unknown to our tribe. In any case, I was sent from there. Could no longer get into the Twilight Realm without his power. I don't remember any. I really just don't remember the story in this game very much at all, so... But there's another tale told by my people. Though the goddesses forbade us to return to the world of light, they left one link between the light and the darkness. A link to the twilight. Something called the Mirror of Twilight was passed to the protectors of Hyrule. It's our only path to the Twilight Realm, and we must get there. That little hand. You'll come with me, won't you? I got a great idea for a Zelda game. And what is your idea for a Zelda game? Spencer. Spencer from Nintendo of Japan. Because, you know, Spencer's the idea guy around NOJ. I got a great idea. Ocarina of Time. But bigger. Gerudo Desert? Huge! I really gotta get used to Wolf Link again. Oh, these things don't, like, stop, do they? Oh, cool. No, I'm serious, though. Okay, what is the best thing in the world? Ocarina of Time? Right. Now... what could we do to make Ocarina of Time better? Make it bigger? The guy who's going, right, that's, Anuma, by the way. He agrees. I wonder if, and just to be serious for a second, I actually really like this game. I like it a lot. I know we've talked about the Ocarina of Time, but bigger. I joke about it. I make a jest about it. Because you know, I see it, I acknowledge that it's very, very similar to Ocarina, but I still love the game. But here's the question. Do you think Anuma gets sick of making Zelda games? Do you think part of him... I mean, he seems to enjoy it, you know, publicly. That's the thing, though. When you're in that position, you almost kind of have to be very positive about all your projects. Of course you would be. Like, Harrison Ford actually got upset with Shia LaBeouf when Shia started slagging Indy 4. And Harrison was like, no, it's a great movie, great project, really happy, really loved who I was working with. Which he may have meant at the time, I don't know, but that's a very professional thing to do. That's what you do if you're a professional, right? Zelda is a great series because there's, I mean, there's a lot to work with, but there's also a lot of fan expectation to get it right. And I wonder if that annoys him or bugs him out a little bit. You know, he doesn't really get a chance to work on any of his, like, passion projects. Which, who knows what they are? I don't even know if he has any. But it seems like the dude's been working on Zelda games for a really long time. I wonder if at any point he'll move on to a different series and just say, fuck it, I'm out for a little while. He's a good director. I think he does a great job with the series. There's like a lot of blowback against Miyamoto for a lot of ideas that he may have brought. No, not too. You know what? I can't even say a lot, but there's been like, okay, so apparently people are blaming Miyamoto for fucking up Paper Mario because it was. And again, I don't know if this is true. This is unconfirmed, but according to some of my sources, he didn't want Paper Mario to have a story. He was like, just make it as accessible as possible, make it easy. So that's something I've read. And yeah, that is a very baffling decision to me. Someone in chat is saying Miyamoto as a whole really hates stories in video games. He puts them in out of insistence from his coworkers. That's nothing new. I guess that's something I've heard about for a while. I think he kind of has this perspective of like, let the gamer use their imagination. I've had a number of people tell me that they don't like stories in video games and that they would prefer to just play a game. You know, I could go either way. I like a good story. That's why I'm streaming Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. But I feel like not every game needs one. That said, Paper Mario is a type of game that I would want some kind of story and not just, you know, stickers. There's Wolf Link, Wolf Other Link, aka Stalfos Link. Use the claw shot on them? Okay, I gotcha. Also, I like this music. Okay, this is something I can't do until I get the Dominion Rod, was it? I don't really think this big open space looks all that amazing in HD. Some parts of this game look good. The HD version does a better job with, like, forests, I would say. I'm not in love with the desert, but it's still not bad. Oh, I forgot to change the info. Sorry, guys. Hang on. I got so caught up. Today was a very emotional day. Between losing that last match in the culling, last two matches, and showing off a song. Okay. Just change that, and then we're good. But, yeah, so I guess my main thing is, I don't think, I mean, I guess it could be a blessing and a curse to be a game developer and have all these ideas and then only go with, and then only be able to, like, do Zelda games. You can be creative within the Zelda framework, and I think Anuma has done that. But I also feel like there is something stifling about a series this big, and you almost have to play to the expectations and not go too far out of line. I mean, they've done it a few times. It didn't quite work out for them. I mean, I love Wind Waker. I loved it the day it came out. I still love it, but I know that was like a risk for Nintendo. Tried it, and they got lambasted for it. And lost sales, too. And we discussed on a previous Twilight Princess stream that, according to what I read, this was like the big attempt to save the series. One of the quotes was like, if this didn't work, if this didn't sell really well, then the future of the Zelda series was in jeopardy. So this was the savior of the series, believe it or not. And again, that was on the, I think that was on the Zelda wiki, I read that. However, just to kind of answer my own question, if I had to work on any series, like say I was a game designer, this is just a personal thing, I'm not a game designer, I don't know what goes into making games, but my own personal thoughts would be, I would much prefer... Okay, this is gonna come into play later. I would prefer to work on the Metroid series. I think the Metroid... If I had to do like one and have that be my career, it would be Metroid. Because I feel like there is so much opportunity for really great, dark atmosphere. I mean, when you have a sci-fi game... Okay, they don't stop, so... When you have a sci-fi game like that, and you can go to different planets, you can really, really, like, play around. You can create so much interesting stuff. So I would love to work with... That would be my choice. Then again, I'm a bit biased, because Metroid's my favorite series from Nintendo. Yeah, I would prefer Metroid, but Zelda would be maybe... I think Zelda might be number 2. I think there's a lot of room for fun in the Zelda series. Some of the criticisms I've read about Zelda is that every game is just a retelling of the Triforce origin story. And then another criticism I've heard is that, yeah, the story is not quite... I mean, Hyrule Historia was almost like grasping at straws to put together the timeline. Because up until then, no one had any idea. And I'm sure that a lot of the timeline was kind of thought of... I mean, it would be pretty easy to say that the timeline for the Zelda series was kind of an afterthought until much later on. And I'm not even gonna bother getting that chest. And I guess that's kind of fair, because the series, it is like a kind of a restart. And I feel like each time we get a restart, there's another chance to do something cool. I don't mind it so much. It's more, for me, Zelda's more about the gameplay. I get it, Triforces, but it's more about boars and swords. Let me kill a boar with a bow and arrow, and I'm happy. I don't necessarily need the most gripping story for Zelda. And dear God, whatever you do, Nintendo, please don't do a Spirit Tracks 2. I don't... That game was... That was a tough game for me to play and enjoy, I'm sorry. I know it has its fans, but man, I couldn't stand that game. Story included. Story especially. Pig. Giant pig. You must wait. I have business to attend to, giant pig. Again, that's just my opinion. That's how I feel. You know, feel free to like it. Don't let me take that away from you. You know what? The idea that I may have an opinion about something and it would change someone's mind and make them not like something they previously liked, that really breaks my heart. That really does. You know, make up your own mind on things that you like or don't like. It's fine. I mean, unless it's about my music. If you don't like it, well then that just sucks for you. And me. But I'm okay. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. I'll get over it in a few days. Just give me like a tub of ice cream, you know, and like I'll cry some ice cream tears. Then I'll be fine. But I feel like, yeah, I mean, if you like Spirit Tracks, enjoy it, but I know there's a lot of people that will get their opinions changed because someone they like feels a certain way. It's happened to me. We meet again. At last, the skills I have to teach you have entered the realm of true secrecy. They have forgotten ways that do not leave our bloodline. Our bloodline, he says. Among the techniques I shall be teaching you are some that may even endanger you. Do you feel ready to learn these skills? Very well. But before we begin, I must test you to ensure that you have mastered the last skill I taught you, the Helm Splitter. Now then, come at me! I love this guy. I mean, I love this Link. Excellent. It appears you are certainly capable of performing my lost art. Very well. My fifth hidden skill is the Mortal Draw. Let it be hewn into your mind. I'm available for voice acting, Nintendo, if you need me. The ways of the sword are known to many creatures.
Some have strengthened their guards against the shield attacks and back slices. Yes, should you encounter such a foe, the mortal draw that I'm about to teach you is most effective.
That's true. That's real acting. Just add like a every now and then, and you're an actor.
You must sheath your sword and cast aside the most basic of sword skills, the ZL target. You must wait until your foe is upon you. Then, before the enemy can see through your ruse, you must quickly draw your blade with aim. There is no defense for this. The mortal draw deals death. Very well, now try it.
I actually was so intent on the voice acting, I forgot how to do what he said. How cool. So I just have to wait for the very last second. No? Don't listen to the fucking advice. Good job, Vin. Thank you. Thank you for repeating your advice, Mr. Skutal. I appreciate it.
That was a pointed strike. But do not forget that this technique leaves your life at risk. The fifth hidden skill, the mortal draw, has been passed on.
Two more skills. Do not neglect your training. May we meet again. Enjoy yourself. Yeah, it was literally just words. I don't know how I just like no recognition of the words I was reading. There you go. That is actually a very cool skill. This was like the best evolution of the swordplay. I really enjoyed the swordplay in this game. You know, now, especially now that I don't have to waggle it, but Skyward Sword was good. It did something different. It did something unique. And I will never fault the game for that. I thought it was pretty cool to be able to control Link's sword in the way that you did in Skyward Sword. So I can't complain too much because I did really enjoy that game when I played it. But I think I like this a little bit better in retrospect. I see a lot of people in chat saying that they enjoy Skyward Sword's swordplay. I did too, at the time. I think I'm just so over motion controls right now. Not like Splatoon motion controls. Those work really well. But just like, you know, I think I would enjoy the Vive let's say I'm in a virtual world and I get to use the controllers where I can manipulate things in that world, then that's cool. But I don't, there's too much of a disconnect between, for me, there's too much of a disconnect between the motion controls, like the waggle, and like playing a game on a television. Shooting games aren't so bad, because that kind of like makes a little bit of sense. But, yeah. Is Splatoon finished now that Vine Squid is gone? I mean, I would say never say never. So, my problem with games is that it's hard for me to pick them back up again if I'm not fully ready to, you know, like, if I'm not fully immersed in it. Like, I haven't played The Division in almost a week, like, since the last time I streamed it, but I haven't played it offline at all. I've been playing more of the Calling offline. And I know, like, I get to a point with games where one of the reasons I never finished a lot of games before I started streaming isn't that I didn't enjoy the game. It's just finding the motivation to turn the game on was difficult at times. It's just like, yeah, well, I haven't played it in a while. I'm good. All that just to put the sword back out again. Would I recommend The Division? Maybe. Maybe? Recommendations are sometimes difficult because you gotta know what type of gamer. Like, for example, if my friends, God. I have a fairy in a bottle, so I should be alright. This is just a never-ending swarm of moblins, isn't it? Or goblins, or whatever the fuck these ones are called, I forget. It depends. Like, if my friend Tyler said, Vinny, would you recommend The Division? I know what kind of games he likes, so I would say probably not. One of my friends was like, Vinny, should I get The Division? And he doesn't want to play it online. He just wants to play the single player. And I just flat out said, no, don't get it. So, that's the best answer I could give for that, I think. Hope that helps. They're called, Baka Boblin? Beplins. Okay, thank you guys, that's very helpful. I just used Mortal Blow on a pig. There's a heart piece in it. By the way, that was a very clutch heart piece to get. Holy shit. There's only, like, a few ways to heal in hero mode, and getting that heart piece at that exact moment was so incredibly fucking clutch. I heard a bug. I don't know where it is. Oh no. He just killed his boar. What the fuck, dude? Oh, it's dead. Maybe. No, it's still moving. Oh. Whoa! I half expected him to be dead because I used my final attack. Oh my god. Okay, that's my own fault. That's a guaranteed hit right there. Or my mortal blow is what I used on. I was like, oh, he's dead. Nope, that's just the end of that phase. Thank God I had that fairy. Stone is very flammable. I'm just happy the boar is okay. I've been waiting to find out if boar would live. And, yeah, boar's fine. Sorry, Epona. I have a new pet now. I have a new ride. You're out. You've been phased out, Epona. Can you fucking slam into wooden barricades unscathed? I don't think so. Cool. There we go. That's cool. Gotta break those. Gotta break those bones and get nothing. We're gonna get lots of nothing because hero mode. I doubt we're gonna finish this dungeon tonight, but I'll make as much progress as I can. I'll try to at least get the item. Arbiter's Grounds. I think that's the name of this one. remember, there's a delay. I was looking at the screen. When I play this game, I play it on my TV, and I split it so that way I can, see what's going on. But you guys wanted me to talk to the boar, so let's talk to the boar. A fine jape, chat. You played me. You played me like a goddamn fucking boar. It seemed likely. That was a smart jape. That was a smart one. I liked it. If it happens again, I'll stab you in the eye. With a soldering iron. You gonna be okay, Link? What I'm learning is that it started as a ruse. Right? Someone like created a ruse, or it was an accident. And someone probably either legitimately thought I could talk to the boar, or it was someone with malintent. But the real takeaway here is that, there are a number of people in chat who legitimately thought I could talk to the boar. And they too got japed. Malintent. I didn't say malotent. I don't want to. No, nothing to do with mallow. The stream is mallow free tonight, okay? Welcome to Doot Caverns. Beat the dungeon. That doesn't look like oil. That looks like another type of yellow liquid. There's just... Why is this funny? I'm sorry, this is really funny to me. Oh my god, those are some, like, really fucking realistic looking bugs. Like, them weren't no Wind Waker bugs. remember this dungeon a little bit. Like, I know you get the spinner here, right? Like, this is the spinner and not the command rod. Yeah, spinner. I remember the boss. I remember the fuckloads of skeletons. I know some skeletons have different weapons. I remember the name of it. This one sticks out for some reason, where a number of other temples... Oh look, it's the Oscars. I did it, I won. I remember enjoying this one though. This dungeon's cool. This I don't remember. This reminds me of... I can't move. Oh. I was gonna say, this reminds me a lot of the 4 pose in the Forest Temple. Whoa. Whoa! Let me just attack the spirit's neck. That is pretty creepy. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so now I have to track down the rest of the pose. So before I do that, we'll go this way. What do ghosts smell like? Smell like purple. That's the best answer I saw. A number of people have said pussy, so I'd like to thank you for your contribution to the chat. You should get one of the Oscars in the foyer of this lovely dungeon. But it wasn't just one person. Multiple people had the same idea. I would say, like, mothballs. That would be my guess. Like, you know, like, an old lady's purse. a ghost smells like, in my imagination. And remember, kids, we can use our imagination and be anything we want. We can go anywhere. We can fly twice as high. You could be an elephant, sure. Remember when your parents told you you could be anything? You could be anything. Do you remember when... Remember when you got a gold star for participation? When you were a young bab? Do you remember when people told you that you were the most amazing thing to have? And then you got older. And then you were like, wait a minute. Everyone else is shitty. Hey, check this out. If I become president, I'm abolishing trophies for anything but first place. Participation trophies will get smelted and repurposed. That's my... I vow thee as president, I will remove any and all participation trophies. Don't need them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. What about silver and bronze? Oh, that's a good question. Okay, my answer to that question is... You won't get a silver and bronze, necessarily. But you will be on the leaderboards. Top 3 is okay. Top 3 is okay. But only first place can get the trophy. Is that okay? Are we okay with this? Few participation trophies actually from bowling. Yep, bowling. How cool is it when your school doesn't offer any other sport that you have any interest in playing, so your parents are just like, go bowling? I'm like, all right. I played baseball for a little while, but God no, I never won any trophies for that. Oh, Wii bowling I'm talking about, by the way. Yeah, Wii bowling. Oh, these dudes. These are the real Scootals. Oh, shit. Can you imagine how disappointed I was when I got my 7th place bowling trophy? I tried to sell it to a pawn shop, and they said it was just painted gold. Seventh place. Could you imagine that? Having to print a fucking trophy for 7th place. I'm not even, you know, I'm not talking about, you know, the reason why Generation said, I'm not going to talk about how participation trophies and all that are really stupid. Oh, you know what? Hang on a second. Definitely not talking about that. Definitely not making any serious discourse. This is a video game stream. Look at that. That explains it. Hey, here's a question for the chat. Did you guys ever get roped into playing a sport in whatever school you went to, like when you were younger, just because you needed an extracurricular activity? But deep down you really didn't want to do that sport? Did that happen to anyone? Sport ball, yeah. There's quite a few people saying yes. Many no's, but also a lot of yeses. Okay. Well, did anyone in chat actually end up loving playing that sport by the time you were done? Or by the time you got into it? Or was it just like total resentment forever, you know what I mean? Because I played a lot of sports stuff when I was younger, which wasn't by choice, because when you grow up with video games, man, it is hard to want to do anything else. But I did eventually really like I played a lot of basketball. I played a lot of baseball. I see a lot of no's, holy shit. Someone said yes for swimming, yes for soccer, I love it now. Kinda for volleyball. I got stuck doing band. Nobody likes being forced. Well, sometimes, you know what? Sometimes you find that you had a good time. Not that the circumstances of doing the sport in the first place, like I didn't really want to bowl. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't exactly itching. I wasn't shaking at my boots to bowl when I could be playing Legend of Zelda, you know, Link to the Past or Super Metroid. But I did enjoy it. It was pretty fun. At one point though, I stopped giving a shit and I just started chasing girls. So I you know, that was pretty much the end of my bowling career, because I was like, oh, well, bowling isn't as fun as girls. So rest in fucking peace, bowling career. But I did enjoy it. I did actually enjoy it. Baseball, I didn't really care for so much. I enjoy playing baseball with my friends, but not on a team. Basketball, I played with my friends. We would go down to like a local court and play basketball. That was a lot of fun. I think the answer here for me was just that I enjoyed playing the sports with my friends and not with like rando kids for like a trophy or for like, you know, a pat on the back. You did good, kid. Like I didn't need that. I just knew that we were having fun. But the school like kind of thing was like, yeah, well, now you have a schedule. You gotta beat the enemy team. The enemy team, guys. The enemy team. Not the other team, the enemy team. That's what it was. Favorite sport ball game? I guess, tell us about your girl chasing days. Oh, my friend, they have not ended. No, I really like, my sport things that I enjoy to this day are pretty much just... I like to play a little bit of baseball when the weather gets nice. That's about it. Really, not a whole lot else. I enjoy dodgeball. Let me tell you something. I was really fucking good at dodgeball. Dodgeball was my shit. That was a great way to take out your pent-up frustrations on other students. That was like aggression simulator. Just fucking beat the shit out of someone else with a ball. Oh man, what a dumb sport that is, but I love it so much. That was yeah, a New Yorker's favorite. Also, please bear with me a moment. I'm just trying to figure out a... Okay, so I know there's ascent going this way, but it doesn't seem I can access that yet. I need to think about this for a minute. I'm having fun talking to you guys about my sport ball experience, very much so, but I'm also kind of lost a little bit. I'll figure it out. Let me just explore a bit. I had oh god, I'm gonna tell a little bit of an embarrassing story, but, you know, you're good people. And I trust you won't tell anyone, people. You know, this is between me and you. When I was playing baseball, I was outfield, right? I didn't really like it, playing for my school team. But I enjoyed the sport, I just didn't enjoy playing for the team. There's a lot of pressure, too, like, you know, playing sports in front of people is a different thing than just dicking around with your friends, you know? But, at the time, I was really getting into, like, the 90s music, the rock music. Like, I was really into, like, Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, which, you know, are bands I still, to this day, very much enjoy. And, Nirvana was the big one, right? So, I remember telling my coach that I would much rather... I see what I have to do now. Maybe. I have to... Do I have a key? I had a key. Okay, that's the difference. I didn't realize that. Okay, cool. That worked out. So I told my coach, like, you know, I would rather, like, play music. Like, I want a guitar. I'm not really sure I want to play baseball. Like, I'm just doing it because I have to. And my coach was like, you know, I'm in a band. Which I think was a bold-faced lie, by the way. He was like, yeah, no, you come play with the band one day. You know, you come watch us and play with the band. But you gotta do good in baseball first. And I was like, oh boy, coach! You know, he's like, yeah, I'll teach you how to play guitar. And, my number in baseball was 5. And he goes, you know, 5 was Kurt Cobain's baseball number. And I was like, oh boy! He's like, yeah, Kurt Cobain. Yeah, could you believe, first of all, a 10-year-old, 11-year-old role model? Like, I, as an 11-year-old, my role model is a fucking dead junkie who killed himself. Good job, Vin. To be fair, that was a lot of people's role models, and I'm being unfair because he wrote some really good songs, and, you know, anyway. But, that's the truth. He actually, yeah, he told me that Kurt Cobain's number in baseball was 5. And then, like, I doubted this story, and then I started asking around after, like, a few weeks. And, my older cousin and his friends had read a book about Cobain. And I was like, guys, is it true that Kurt Cobain, he played baseball and his number was 5? They were like, I read this book, and I never saw anything like that. And my cousin broke the hard truth to me. I think your coach is lying to you, Vin. And, I was like, oh, boy! Yeah, I was CDI Link when I was a kid. I was so incredibly gutted. Whoops. I was like, no, that'll stay up. No, that's good. I was so gutted. But more than me being gutted over that is that I didn't do good at baseball. And then, you know, apparently there was like a party that I didn't know about. Like, he told, the coach told my father, and I guess my father forgot to tell me, or maybe my father was just, I don't know, he just didn't want me to go to a party, I don't know, whatever it was. And, I don't know if there was music there, and there was actually, like, band stuff happening, but I never did get to learn guitar from that dude. So that's my sad, embarrassing story from when I was a kid. No, the good news is though, I ended up teaching myself when I was 18, and I still suck, but that was the right time. It wouldn't have been the right time if I was 11. I no regrets, man. No regrets. Like we were talking, me and my friend Mike and Mike. I have a lot of Mike friends, but we were talking about like you know, regrets and like, you know, changing things. And I thought really hard about it, and I was like, you know, yeah, I mean, little things here and there, of course. Having the foresight to be able to, like, not do something, or do something, or take an opportunity. Yeah, of course. But I am generally happy where I'm at, and therefore I have no regrets. Because if I had done things differently, in any way, I might not be who and where I am. Not that I'm all, like, peaches and cream and fucking flowers all the time about life. You know, life can suck. We all know that. We've all had our problems. We've all had our things. You know, like I said, I had a family member who was ill. And it sucked. And I've had friends who have gone through some shit that I feel really bad, but, you know, there's nothing anyone can do. That said, regrets are shitty. And I try to live my life without regrets. So let me tell you something. Here and now, I'm going to admit live in front of all 5 people. That's only 5 people here listening to this, right? Oh god, there's 3,000 people? What the fu- I'll see you later. No. Could you imagine? No, but I feel like here and now, I do not regret having not learned guitar from my coach. I said it. I put all that baggage behind me, guys. It's over. I have finally... My demons are now at rest. Except this particular demon right here, which still needs to be slayed. No, it's 2,500 on Twitch, but another, like, 1,000 almost on YouTube, so... So I rounded down, actually. Yeah. What an awesome way to kill those dudes. That attack, Mortal Blow, is fucking amazing. Check it out. It's fucking amazing. Actually, there is one thing I regret. There is one thing I regret. Let me tell you what I regret. I regret this. I regret that. Am I going to apologize for it? No, but I regret it. And you know, considering how many people are here, there's at least 5 people right now that have felt a well of rage deep within their gut. There are people that hate my wacky instruments so much that right now they're welling with anger, and they wish nothing more than harm to my wacky instruments. That someone might one day put my slide whistle on fucking railroad tracks. And, you know, listen. I went the wrong way. Listen, if that's how you feel, then I am so incredibly sorry, because you know what? I had a good time just now. That was a pitch-perfect Tetris theme. You know, some people are born with perfect pitch. That's me. That's me. Just go ahead and rewind that and replay the footage and you'll hear it. It's exactly every note. It's like poetry, it rhymes. Because, you know, the slide whistle is a funnier character than we've ever had. Ghost rats. Ghost rats. She didn't like that. Midna was not happy about that at all. I mean, then again, she is a cat. You know, I actually had an angry email sent to me recently. Most of the time, the angry emails, they don't happen as often as you'd think. Mostly that's just shitposting in the form of chat messages. One-on-one, I think people are more frightened to actually, you know, hear what I have to say. Because I don't, you know, I don't like curse people out. I'm just like, well, whatever, man. But, I think that's kind of a rule. And it's just kind of how it is for a lot of people. But regardless, I did get one particular hate message, seemingly legitimately upset about me calling Midna a cat. They were very, 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 very upset that I called Midna a cat. And they explained the history, and I got called, I got called a lot of bad names in that email, and I don't want to repeat some of them. So, yeah, I had a good time with that email. I actually responded. Please understand, I wrote, please understand that I know Midna's not really a cat, but it brings me great joy to constantly say that Midna is a cat, considering I have some kind of minor severe brain damage. Look, there she is. And, I didn't get a response, so I don't know, maybe they're okay with it now. I'm not sure. All is forgiven. There's one spot for it. It's not over there, but... Okay. Let's go back this way. Oh, I see. Because I moved the block now. I understand. 1,000. I did it, guys. I got the maximum rupee amount yet again. Look at that. Soon we're gonna wear that. Next combat situation, I'm gonna burn her for a few rupees on purpose. Just for a good shit and a good giggle. Missing something, guys. Seriously, I don't mean to be like this brain dead, but what's going on here? Middle. Oh. Thank you. I almost did this before on the previous one, where I stood in the middle, and that's exactly why you get a chance to see the shadow. You see the shadow, so you know where to stand. It's pretty good. I knew I liked these Zelda games. Those, you kids in your Zorldo games, you really... Let me tell you. He's got pauldrons. His pauldrons are made from other skulls. You think you got fancy armor? You don't. Not compared to me. Look how fast it drains, too. What's my favorite Zelda game? I answer this question a lot, but the answer changes constantly. At the moment, I'm gonna say my favorite Zelda game is A Link to the Past, for nostalgia reasons, but also because I feel it is the perfect Zelda game to this day. Just personal choice. I grew up with it. You know, I love it. It's still a lot of fun to play. And I'm gonna go ahead and... I'm burning a lot of rupees. I'll probably get them back before I hit the boss, but... yeah, Link to the Past, I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it at that for now. I know what I have to... You know what? I knew it as soon as I saw the L button. This, speaking of Link to the Past, this is directly out of Link to the Past, this right here. Perfect. My other favorite at the moment, I'm still really riding off of that Majora's Mask stream from last year. I think that one... That was one of my favorite streams I ever did. Majora's Mask 3D. And, I'm gonna go ahead and say that Majora is, at the moment, like, either tied for one or very closely behind Link's Awakening. Apologies for the voice. Link to the Past, not Link's Awakening. I do like Link's Awakening too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if we're naming favorites, I can just go ahead down. I mean, I could go down the list. You know, Link's Awakening, Zelda 2, Link to the Past, Wind Waker, Majora, Ocarina. So those are my like top, whatever that is. Maybe like that was like a top 6, I think. Wait a minute. Oh. How high does this one rank? I'll let you know. I've only played it once, so I'll let you know when I'm done with the stream. I'm enjoying it a lot. I wouldn't say I'm enjoying it more than my Majora stream from last year. So we know he's there, so we just have to find... I was kinda... I was checking to see if maybe I had to light the same one twice, or like, defeat each lantern's skeletons before moving on. That was my thought process there. not Vinny, you're a blithering idiot, you know, which is, I almost said the word idiot as like, so maybe I am, never mind. You gotta be really good at taking abuse if you're gonna be a streamer. Let's just say, when people are like, hey Vinny, I wanna be a famous streamer, how do I, you know, how do I like stream? What's your advice? And I give them all the general tips, but part of me just thinks, my sweet summer child, how well can you handle being called a cuck? You dithering biscuit. How well do I handle it? I don't take any of it to sleep at night, if that's what you're asking. I mean, I'm a person. I've discussed this. I've proved that I'm a human, I think, a few times. It's easy to forget that when you have any level of kind of like audience or notoriety. You just kind of become like a commodity thing. That said, I could usually shrug it off. Like, yeah. I don't like it, but I can handle it, if that's what you're asking. I'm 30, you know, I know what I'm good at, I know what I'm bad at. I'm particularly bad at music, but I'm very good at memeing. And, you know, you work to your strengths, I think. Man, that culling stream, yeah, whoever just brought the culling stream up again, there's some heartbreak in that stream tonight. Okay, that's 3. And... Wait. There's another one. What about the active world stream? That stream is amazing. Like I said, I'm like halfway through the video. I'm doing like a highlight reel. I started it immediately, which proves that I, as a lazy person, still like editing. I just have to be motivated to do it. Like, the inspiration to do something kind of, you know, fun with the Active Worlds highlight video. There's definitely some good opportunities to have fun with it. And therefore, I was like really excited to get started. So I did. I knew you were gonna do that. Oh, you skeleton motherfucker. Shape or form help me. No, it doesn't. Actually, this is... I can go that way at least. So I'm getting really... That's confusing to me. So, we know it's this way. I've been in here before, and it seems like I hear a lantern. Oh, I had to dig. Okay. Sorry, Wolflink. I need this. I'm gonna say, I was gonna say before, I'm really getting used to the Wii U gamepad. Like having, like, all the other information. Like, the gimmick element of the gamepad kind of wore off, but I think it's still really, really great for, you know, items, inventory, map, and even, like, an extra button. Like, there's the button that transforms Link directly into Wolflink. It's on the top right portion of the screen. So you just press the very top right of the screen and it's another button, it's another function. And I know a lot of 3DS games have done that. I know, you know, a lot of Wii U games have done that where it's just like, here, have an extra button that does something like kind of menial, or in some instances, here, have another button that is extremely important. So I'm wondering, are we gonna get another controller with a screen when the NX comes out? Because I like that. It's too big and heavy for you, really? I think it's a pretty comfortable controller. I gotta say, I'm not too burdened by it. Here, let me pick up. Okay, so right now, in my left hand, I have the Wii U controller. And in my right hand, I have an Xbox One controller. In terms of weight, can anyone else confirm? They're about the same weight. I think it's really light. I almost would say, maybe this is me being a little bit wrong, but maybe a little, like, biased, but I think the Xbox One controller is actually slightly heavier. Some people are saying the gamepad feels a little lighter. Xbone is slightly heavier with the batteries in. That's weird. Yeah, this thing, the Wii U controller is, like, really wide, and it is definitely bulkier looking, but once you kind of, you know, fuck with it, you realize it's pretty good. Yeah, it's actually surprising. I didn't expect that. The Xbox One controller is like a micrometer cunt hair heavier than the gamepad. Here we go again with the cool aim. Oh, it's about 4 a.m. I really wanted to get the item, and I think it probably is very close. So let me see if I can do that real quick. we've reached the spinny portion of the dungeon. This is where all the spinny bits are. Also, I'm very close to the item, but before I do that, I would like to just for a second, a friend of mine sent me, for any of the Brits in the audience, I want you to know that I appreciate your viewership. I'm a big fan of your British things. But however, I would like to read. So from this point forward, whenever I say something in American English, I also will say something. I will say the same thing in British English. You ready? So, for example, if I say, let's say if I say mailman, right? Or zip code, I'm gonna say postcode instead. Or I'll say both zip code and postcode. If I say donuts, I'm also gonna say roundellos. If I say mailman, I'll also, just again for the benefit of the British audience members, I'm gonna say postlord. Postlord. That's right. If I say pretzel for the American audience, I plan on also saying salty harumph for the Brits. Salty harumph. Restroom is a cottage. Pants or leg sleeves. Hot dogs. Rupert's fingers. I don't know why I have that. Like, you have to roll the R to really get that one right. You know what I mean? So a hot dog is Rupert's fingers. A sidewalk. Well, I'll also translate that to a foot road. Remember, this is a picture. This is a thing I have here. Tic-tac-toe is actually the battle of Gridlington. So again, for the English, you know, I'd like to again say I'm really sorry that there hasn't been this kind of accessibility to the stream in all the years I've been streaming, but that's gonna change. So whenever I mention tic-tac-toe, I'm gonna say the Battle of Gridlington. You know. And of course, an eggplant. So, like, say if I'm playing Kid Icarus and I get the eggplant wizard. I see the eggplant wizard. We all know that in British English, an eggplant is a bungle spleen. So, you know, bungle spleen. And finally, I don't know how often I'll be using this one, however, if I say the word cotton candy on stream, then I will translate it to, as listed here, Her Majesty's Sugar Barnet. So let me say that again in American English. Her Majesty's Sugar Barnet. Oops. I keep getting confused because I'm busy. So. And there you go. So that's, it's a little something. A little something. I have this desire always to make it go down before it goes up. Round. Wrong side of town. I'm trying to find. Okay, so that's the very top. Was that it? Hang on a sec. I can see I have some doubters. And I know you've seen me stream for a while. You know, I'm a silly lad. I'm a silly bloke. I know this, but in this case, you know, not lying. So just take it in for a second. Just remember your British English, and that way we can be all inclusive. So, anyone from the UK, who's Rupert, and why are his fingers hot dogs? Yeah, I'm also a little lost. Something tells me I didn't quite do what I had to do here. Just give me a second. Let me try to figure this out real quick, and if I can't, then, well, tough shit. We'll figure it out next time. Keep going down. That's as down as I can go. Oh, I got a key! I didn't, you know, I was so busy thinking about Wombly Bumps and Grimsby that I totally forgot I had a key. God, this is a long dungeon just to get to the item. Oh, Link. No. Now's not a good time to pick up a skull. It's like he's got one of those negative perks, the ailments in Darkest Dungeon, where he's obsessed with dead bodies. He has to just pick the thing up. The worst kind of maze, like that particular one that we just looked at, was in Ocarina of Time. Specifically Master Quest had a really fucking annoying one where the fire was like, it was in the fire temple, and the fire would come up out of the ground and just generally make you hate everything for a short time. Oh, you gotta be quick. We're getting close to the item, and that'll be the logical point to end this. I showed Mike a little bit of the movie Double Down, by the way, and then we also watched YMS's review of Cool Cat, because I can't fucking find Cool Cat anywhere on the internet to watch that full film. You know, Daddy Derek has been very stringent when it comes to taking down unauthorized Cool Cat. So, yeah, can't find it. But yeah, Double Down. If you haven't seen Double Down, you should watch Red Letter Media's review of it on Best of the Worst. And if that's not something that sounds interesting to you, then you should type Neil Breen Double Down in YouTube and watch one of the most baffling, horrendous, yet amazing movies you've ever seen in your life. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen, yet I can't look away. Speaking of one of the worst things ever, but not being able to look away. And there they are. One bomb.
Do not let this opportunity pass!
Oh god, look at those bugs. Look at this. That is genuinely upsetting me. Look at this. They're going like under and through his legs and actually fairly impressive technology there. Bug technology. Yeah, this is a quality dungeon. Look at that. Look at these bug sons of bitches. Oh, you guys suck. I hate you. That was cool. Alright. This should be it right here. This should be where the spinner is.
Cut my ropes!
But how does one fight a sword? That's a cool looking mini boss. Holy shit! That's awesome. I just didn't trust myself. Looks like I should have trusted myself. Now, for anyone who's never seen this game before, and there are people in the audience who haven't, tis a silly weapon. One of the silliest in Zelda history, in my reckoning. But also, I love it. I really love this stupid item so much. I mean, how cool is this? The answer is Trey Cool from Green Day. That is the correct answer. Trey Cool. Can't use the chicken fella. Couldn't use it in there. Disconnect your child's head and bring me to the entrance, please. And while you're at it, take me back to the clown. Okay, so we will finish the dungeon next time. This went way over. Well, 15 minutes over. 4 a.m. is usually like where I like to stop at this point in my fucked up sleeping schedule life. If it was, you know, in a perfect world, I'd be ending at 3. But somehow that just went right out the fucking window. So, again, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna check out the art in a second. Before I do, one more time, I'll just make the announcement today, and I'll probably try to space it out a little bit so I don't, you know, bore you guys. But if you go to redvoxband.com, you can check out the physical stuff, and that's a CD and some shirts and a poster. And also the album is available digital on that site for $4, which is a limited time thing. It'll always be free, you know, in one capacity or another. But if you want to actually get it delivered the day of in that form, you know, WAV file, MP3s rather, then yeah, it's on there. So it's there. It'll be out the 29th. And also, you'll see a link to the SoundCloud, which has every currently released song, if you want to check it out. And the album there's 5 out, plus Trolls and Goblins, and the album has 13, so you have another 8 that you haven't heard. So, there's the announcement. Again, sorry if that triggers you, because I know it does some people. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta do this. This is my past year I spent doing this, and I'm really excited, and I want people to check it out. Don't worry, when it's available for free, I will let you know. And once I get that shit on a torrent that you guys can download and have it for free, you can also have it there too. All this money-related stuff with it, that's optional. And that's very, very kind of you, but not necessary in the slightest. So, you know. Red Vox, what could go wrong? Available soon on the Pirate Bay. What could go wrong? Just be careful, because there might be a Trojan in there. Nah, I'm kidding. No Trojans. Just red dildos. Just red dildos.